the day before our ultrasound appointment, and I wish I would have documented more of the process of like waiting till we got to get to the ultrasound, but I feel like it kind of hit me just now that I'm actually kind of scared. And I don't want to be scared, you know, because I just want to like believe that everything's gonna be okay. And that's kind of what I've been trying to do. Try to not let myself think too much about like things going wrong, but I think I just know obviously that there's a chance that it could, and it's just been such a long wait. We found out at like 3 weeks 3 days or something, like really early. So even once we got to 6 weeks, it was like we had already been waiting for almost a month at that point. So it just has been a long wait, and I've been like sick and nauseous, and it's just been like torture to get up to this point. Like just being pregnant has been so tough, and it's been tougher this time than the first time, which feels good, but also is just like I feel like I've just barely been surviving, and each day just goes by and it's like it's only one day, you know, when we've been waiting for like, I don't even know, like a month and a half or something just to, you know, make sure everything's okay. Right now I just keep thinking like I don't know if I can go through another miscarriage, you know, like I don't know if I can. I don't know. I'm glad that we made it and that it's tomorrow, that we can finally kind of know, because it feels like, you know, all of this like being nauseous and having to eat every hour and like being tired and like throwing up and everything, like it's just like I don't know if it's going towards anything. I don't know. And I hate to say that, you know. So anyways, that's kind of my feelings. I just wanted to check in. I want to try and check in like before we go to our appointment. I might do after, but we'll just see like how everything goes. That's my little check-in. I will check in with you guys when we're on the way to the appointment. Okay, we just pulled up to our ultrasound appointment. Yeah, how are you feeling?
Good. I feel a lot of peace. Been, you know, praying about it throughout the day and everything. I don't know, I'm kind of pumped. I'm like ready to get pumped.
Yeah. So. No, I kind of feel the same. Yeah, I actually feel like less nervous for this like ultrasound than the first one, oddly enough. Like I just feel more peace too. Okay, we just say a quick prayer, just a quick one, and then go so we can like not be late.
God, you're good. I'm just thankful for this opportunity to just be able to have a kid, and I pray that you just bless Sunny with perfect health and a perfect baby, and we know that we can trust you and you have it fully under your control. And I just pray that we would believe that and constantly be reminded of that, and I'm just thankful for how good you are, Lord, and how you love us. Amen.
After going through 2 miscarriages, I've learned that the night after is an awful night of sleep. This night I barely slept. I kept tossing and turning and crying, and eventually just had to go into the guest bed just for something different, and I still hardly slept at all. And so I woke up with this terrible headache that just purely was caused from crying, and I don't know, the heaviness of this just felt so much. Like I felt like I just didn't have the strength to carry this, especially since we were just here like 6 months ago, not even. I think too, like the hard thing about this is that it's not just us, you know, waiting a month and a half to find out. Like we had been waiting for this since our first baby. Like this is a year in the waiting, and ever since we found out about our first baby not making it, we were just so excited to try again. And so this has just been months leading up to this, and feeling like Sunny, our baby Sunny, was the one, and to realize it wasn't just hit harder than, again, that I thought that I just had never felt so weak than in this moment. The good thing is obviously I have the Lord, first of all, and I also have AJ. We have each other, and I have definitely felt more grateful for him than I ever have before. I really feel like we can get through anything now after going through this, and luckily it's just brought us closer and made us feel stronger and even more unified in our faith. And I just feel like it's not even about us anymore, but it's about the Lord and what he wants for our life. But I mean, that doesn't make it any easier, obviously. So yeah, the morning after is just, I mean, it feels like all of the light got sucked out of your life, and it's just such an awful day. I know that this isn't traditionally something that people would, document or share, but I feel like just to give some glimpse into what it's like to go through a miscarriage, I thought that this was important. So we just decided to get coffees because today is already depressing enough. We did this actually when we found out about Shalom. We just went to get coffees because we try not to do this very often, but I don't know, it just feels like something happy, I guess. Yeah, AJ's working today, which is fine, obviously. I luckily don't have to, which is nice. It's a Thursday, and so I probably won't work tomorrow either. I don't know. But then it's I don't know.
There's no point in you needing to work. I might take off tomorrow too.
Yeah, it's nice. So we kind of planned it to have the ultrasound on a Wednesday at least, because last time we had it on a Monday, and that was the worst week ever. It felt, it was just it kept going on, and I didn't tell anyone at work. I just kept working. Plus it's being the second time, it just feels heavier in a way, but yet I don't know, it just feels different, obviously. Yeah, we're kind of just in the mode of telling people. I kind of want everyone to know by the end of today.
Yeah.
But it just feels like a disruption to tell people. It's even thinking of
it sucks to end
yeah,
with bad news.
I know, it's and just to randomly be hey, by the way, we're not pregnant anymore, our baby died. I don't know, it just feels weird. Anyways, that's a little update. I don't know how much I'll end up actually vlogging today. I just kind of wanted to document this because I have nothing else to do. I kind of want to remember this because in hopes that one day, and eventually soon, we'll have a baby. We'll remember how far God brought us. So, and we're still, we still feel thankful for a lot of things, you know what I mean? And I think that's the thing that's different this time around. I felt more grateful right away for things, just that we had the appointment when we did, and that we had the same ultrasound tech, all these things where before I felt no there was no again, silver lining, or I mean there still isn't, but there was just no thing that I could ever be thankful for. It took me forever to get to that point. So where now this is kind of different, which gratitude definitely makes things easier to deal with, which is nice. So
yeah.
pre-recorded a YouTube video. It was my Q&A one, so I feel I'm really excited for that to go out. I mean, it's already out now, so I'm really excited. It just feels kind of a nice little fun thing because I love YouTube, and it feels that's the only thing that feels has been going right, or just the only bright spot really in my life right now. So that's kind of nice. I mean, it feels weird because I mean, I know it's pre-recorded, but it's like, it's not in like real time, obviously, so it's weird to see myself like before I knew that this was going to happen. These actually are new glasses. We picked them up on Monday, actually, so a couple days ago, which actually turned out to be perfect timing because I do not want to put contacts in right now. So it's nice to have a new pair of glasses because my other ones were just so old and not even my prescription anymore. I want to keep sewing. The project I'm working on is actually a nursery banner for somebody, and it is like weirdly hard and comforting at the same time. I like am torn between like wanting to not be alone and wanting to just like not talk to anybody. It feels like no one understands like fully the like heaviness of like what has happened, so it just feels like no one understands. Like, even though I know like people have gone through, you know, back-to-back miscarriages before, but I just like, I miss our baby. And I mean, I definitely like had a rough time in the waiting and like hoping and believing that like things would be okay. So like obviously in the back of my mind I knew that things could turn out the same way, and I think I just envisioned it so much clearer because I had went through it before, but I really like wanted it to be sunny. I also just like don't have the motivation to do much. Even like sewing, I just like, I feel like I start to do something and then I like space out and just start crying or like thinking of a different thing that makes me sad. When our ultrasound tech had told us that it didn't look good and then she left, one of the first things I said was like, what did I do wrong? And I didn't think that as much with our first baby, and I think mainly because it just felt like, oh, like this is just a fluke thing, this is just my body like warming up to pregnancy, like it's never been pregnant before, like it must have just, you know, whatever. And now the second time around, it just feels like surely like there's something wrong now. I don't know what to do with that. I just can't believe we're going through this again in the same year. Because it just felt like we barely, you know, made it out the first time. And we calculated it, and if things go kind of the same way as they did with Shalom around like Christmas time, I should be passing our baby. Because I just, you know, with our first baby, I was supposed to have a baby at Christmas, and with Sunny, I was supposed to be pregnant at Christmas, and I just didn't imagine not being, just to not have anything, you know. And because I think I'm gonna do it natural again, I just like, I know it's a long haul, but like at least I know kind of like what to look out for, I guess, and that's like comforting. AJ did say that, like, he said when we went to get like Jersey Mike's, because I was like, I know I won't eat anything if like we don't get something, but he was like, I really feel like parents now. He's like, I feel like we're parents. And I agree. Like, it definitely feels more like Shalom. Like it was our first time stepping into that role. And now with Sunny, I don't know if it's just because it's the second time around and like the pregnancy just felt like way stronger. I don't know. It just feels like it's like, yeah, like this is our baby, and we're like the mom and dad. And I think my mom will come over in the afternoon maybe and go on a walk with me, which would be nice. I keep kind of like following AJ around, especially this morning, like going in his office, and I just like don't really like being alone. But at the same time, like I said, I don't want anyone. I don't know. As much though as like I feel awful, I do just, and from the beginning, like I felt this like weird sense of peace about it, and it really is weird because I kind of like don't like it. I don't know if it's just like because I held on to Sunny loosely, but it just feels like I just have this sense that like weirdly that everything is gonna be okay, and I don't really know why, because it doesn't like seem that way, you know. So this genuinely has been the worst year of my whole entire life. Whenever people ask, you know, how I'm doing, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to do with myself on a given day, and it kind of varies day to day, but I've just never been so sad and exhausted before, and I think I just feel beat down. Like, I didn't think I could get any lower than I already was. Something about going through it twice just feels like a death sentence or something. Like, I'm terrified to get pregnant again and to try to have babies. I don't want any more babies in heaven. I can't handle that. I don't know if I mentioned this, but we missed our baby by a day. Literally, the ultrasound tech, we asked like when our baby died, and she said yesterday. We've never seen a heartbeat on an ultrasound before, and I think in a way it makes it easier for us, but I genuinely can't wait for the day that I get to see my baby alive in me, because I've never gotten to see that. I think the hard thing too is just knowing what's coming. I chose to miscarry naturally, and so that means that you just wait for a long time for your body to take its natural course, and this kind of pain is like nothing I felt ever before. It's so painful. I had full-on contractions and eventually, gave birth to our baby. And so knowing that that's coming at the end of the year still, and that this is the second time I'll be going through it, it feels so, I don't feel strong enough to go through this again, honestly. Sunny taught me a lot about hope. That's what the whole pregnancy was about. Getting pregnant after loss was so hard, and every day was a battle for hope, but Sunny taught us to keep hoping, and we're going to continue that. So I can't wait to see what God has next.